How many of you guys got a flash drive with the updates off the door? So there's a couple of you guys that don't have it, all right? So guys, welcome to the class, by the way. Thanks for coming. Randall Wenger is my name. I'm the Randall Wenger who just got his voice back, so hopefully it'll survive for the whole class. I was pretty much mute last Thursday, and we're slowly coming back. Hey, thank you. I don't know what I had. I've had the wonderful COVID, but anyway. We're coming back, coming live. So what I found out in last night's class was that going from 25 to 26 was a lot more confusing than I thought it was going to be. Here's what I want you guys to take pictures of. Number one, take pictures of your home screen, okay? Any layout of your home screen that you got right now, it's gonna be white. It'll be blank when we're done, okay? So whatever you like, the way you have your screens laid out, take a photo of that, because it's gonna be gone. So, however you got that laid out, if you like it now, make sure you got pictures of that.
Is that the way you want it?
And if you have multiple,
It's gotta be the same as it was.
you're gonna be very, very similar. It's not gonna change for you much at all. Basically, 25.1 is 26.0. So if you're on 25.1.7, do you want 26.1? What are you all running? And Panorama probably. So Panorama will run on 26.0. So you can stay on the .0 now if you want to. So yours is gonna be almost the same. Is everybody else on 25.0? Are you on 2025? If you're not sure, hit setup and it'll pop up in the top row. If you hit setup, your software will show up right here. Well, not on this one because I updated it.
25.0.
25.0?
Yeah.
25.0? Everybody's 25.0? Still working on coming booting up? If anybody's not on 25.0, if you're on 20, you guys are ready. So you guys are all good. If you're not on 25.0, we want to go there first. Because going from 25 to 26 is a big change. So everybody's got pictures of their home screen, everybody's good. Okay, the next one you're gonna wanna do is, now this one's on 26 already, but you're gonna wanna go to your diagnose page. And you may wanna take a pad, there's a couple pads here, I'm not sure how important it is, or you can just take a picture of it. What do you have on all your rows? You have VSAT, V-Drive, Delta Force, because some of that stuff may come across, most of it may, some of it may
Take a
not.
picture of this. Take a picture of this page.
Where's system? It's the very bottom of system schematics. If you go to system schematics, if you drag up on your diagnose page, you get the system schematics. Yep, there you go. And if you tap on row 1, actually, no, that's not gonna work because you're not hooked up to your planner, that's right. Yeah, I keep forgetting some of that stuff's not, that's not gonna work. Go back, hit home, just hit home, this will be the cheap way to do it. Hit home, hit setup, hit diagnose, and take a picture of that one, that'll be the best one, just like you said. Yep, take a picture of that. I'll give you a good idea of what we had on the planner already. A couple of things that are gonna happen. When we go from 25.0 to 26.0, your measurements on your planner should come across, okay? Your tractor measurements, stuff like that, for the most part, should come across. If you wanna go in and take those things,
If it's a should, we better take pictures.
you might wanna take pictures of those as well. Should and will are two different things.
Randall.
Yes,
they
sir.
import all their tractor measurements. They put that on the front of their pattern.
They could export that, they could export your planner configs and stuff like that. And
You
just
still
put
take
them-
a picture of stuff.
I didn't get it done in time, but if you go down to data, are you just snapping pictures of it?
Yeah, yep.
If you really want to do it a safe way, you could export it to the flash drive, export your configurations, and then you can reload them in later, or just go take pictures of them.
This one here,
Yep,
that device.
export. Tap on that, yeah, it'll do your, vehicle configs.
Well, that's
I can't. Do you have, go back? What vehicle do you have right now?
yeah.
I'm not sure why I said that. Go to data again. Yeah, it should have been device.
This brake.
Okay. Hit the, no, the one you were on again. And, I guess just call it default.
No.
Or, it was looking for a name, is what I
Yeah.
was looking for.
Yep.
You go hit the one on the left there again, bottom left. Stop default, yep. And export successful, it's now saved for the video. So, now, it's the active implement, the vehicle, or your crop component settings. And that's it. So if you guys wanna do hit setup, go to data, then go to export. If you're on 25 this will work. Get export data. You're on that one? Yes. You're that one. If that one guy's on one, doesn't matter.
I'm zero, but
You got it?
I'm doing it.
Yeah, you got it, yeah. It does what between you. And then it'll send your information out.
That,
Track
and then
your
tell me
information.
that,
You can just call it default. Just hit there. Put that over on your flash drive, and we can pull it in later. Does that make sense? So take your plunger, your
Brian
vehicle
told me that, I
measurements,
talked to him, he said he's pretty sure he can clear them all down.
so that's all on the flash drive.
So we had something wrong, we get the rest of them down here for us.
Yep.
Cause if you can do that, you need to order batteries for them.
So 24.1 layout.
You know, I took them all back. I can't believe you took them back.
We wouldn't have this, it was gonna.
Right, it was
happened, we wouldn't have.
You want the whole 26
Yeah, I mean, that's $3,000 cash.
to dot three.
You probably hooked them up to this.
Well, we'll get that later, all right? Yeah, we'll get a dot zero first. Let's get you one yet, and then,
I don't.
We throw the antenna away before they came in on down.
yeah, you'll be able to interact with it. You take a flash drive, go through these
They
steps.
screw on top of the radio.
So all of you guys that have everything backed up, does anybody have more pictures yet? Everybody good, got the pictures you want, feel like you got backed up what you want? Okay, so take that flash drive then, chuck it in, go to setup, go to data. And I think you wanna do 26.0.0. So we have to go through in order.
Import.
26.0.0.
All software update.
Yeah, we, okay, you see what's almost the same? Software update, you there? See your flash drive. Install from USB. Oh, cool, got it. Yep.
Which one you, which
Install
one?
from USB.
Zero, zero, you said, right? 26?
00, 26.00. 00, that should start saying updated. I'm installing updates to DBM. Going through the circles, going through the line underneath. So when it's all done, that's when you're gonna get your blank screen. Okay, a couple things while it's doing that, just to let you know. On 26.0, we do not assume that anything's on the planer anymore. The 25.0, if you had an SRM, which is your SRMs, single rail modules, we assumed there was an accelerometer there that gave us a good ride measurement. On the new ones now, we don't assume that anymore. Because for a little bit, we ran out of accelerometers and we made SRMs without that. So one of the things you will have to do when you hook up to your planer is your screen, your diagnosis page will show white. There's expected things that aren't assigned to anything. You'll have to go and assign So the same rows that your SRMs are, that they have an accelerometer in there. Another thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to tell the 2020 what row unit you have on your planter now. And after you're done telling it what row unit you have to go and pick your new downforce sensor, because it is very specific to which downforce sensor you have then for that row type. So there's changes in .0. So we're gonna go through some of this stuff to see what's all coming through. This might be a thing where you go hook up to your planter and we have a phone call and walk through the last couple of details. Because you might say, why do we do this? Now, you could run a 12-row planter with 12 different row units on it. And I could control it accurately in every single row unit. Before we couldn't. Now I can run 3 row cleaner modules. So I can run row cleaners on 15-inch rows, I can run a row cleaner on a 30-inch row. And for whatever reason, I could run a row cleaner module to change the air pressure and flow force in the back if I didn't want to run automatic. I could use that to set up the manual system. So you can do a ton of stuff. You can basically put sprayer nozzles on the 2020 behind a row unit and run them with the planter. So the customization has just gotten way bigger, but it does make it a little more challenging to set it up every time. So you're when you're all done, before you hit OK, you want to pull your flash drives out. I forgot to say that. So I don't think I'll mess up a whole lot if you didn't, but when it's all done and says hit OK, pull the flash drive out first, hit OK, and she's booting up. Anybody not got a flash drive? No, you can update that one. That one may have already been on 26.0 because we were messing with that one last night. How's that again?
It wasn't broke last year, do I really want to update?
You know what? I probably should have prefaced that ahead of time.
You might be in trouble come planting season.
So what this will allow you, you'll be on page now for the future, okay?
I'm assuming it will work better as soon as it's.
I would advise the update unless there's a good reason not to. Yeah. Now, you bring up a good point. The new software, I'll say, is much more intuitive. Even, you know, the old ones, you're gonna be like, Randall, this is complicated. But in a year from now, you're gonna find this, I think, a lot easier. So home page looks a lot the same. It's as soon as you hit setup, you get a whole snapshot of your planter right there real quick. And as you learn to work around with this thing, it's really cool. The data is right there. You want to do calibrations, they're in the calibrations page. If you want to look at your field, it's in there. If you look at your products such as CD and nitrogen, they're right here. It drops down just like a phone would. It feels very intuitive. If you're used to like an iPhone, iPad, something like that, it's very intuitive. And I know I'm the young guy, I like the new technology, but I think you will like this once you get used to it. So, is everybody good? Everybody powered back up again? Everybody staring at a blank homepage?
No,
Okay,
it's still-
you're still coming.
Rebooting up yet.
Still rebooting? Okay, we'll take your time. And while we're doing that, I'll just talk about Panorama a little bit. So here's some of the cool stuff now, although you do have to have an account, and it does cost $500 a year to have an account. Here is some of the cool stuff we can do now. So let's say you're out planting in the field, and you call me up and you say, Randall, my planter's not been working right. I've been having a lot of trouble. You know, I can actually do this right up here, I think. So I can come down here, and here's all the different devices. This one's the mobile back, so I can do a view 2020 live stream. So you guys are still connected. Yep, yeah. So it's loading me up. So you're gonna pop up another window, and I'll be able to see. It's like I had a 2020 connected to the tractor while you're planting. You won't see anything on this screen, but I'll be able to poke around in your 2020 and see what's all going on in the background. You'll be busy planting. I can't change anything, but I can call you up and say, hey, I see what's going on. Let's change this and try that. So this is how it'll look. If you go to .1 software, we could go a step further where you would have to give me permission and then I could actually make changes. So that's a different level. It doesn't cost any more, but it's just different software. So, I am right now playing with this 2020. So this is what it looks like for me in the office. And it's like another 2020 hooked up to your, DVM, that's basically where it's all coming from. So we're gonna go ahead and set up, I'm gonna come down here. If you're not sure why this one has failed, I'm gonna jump into this a little bit. The field view module is actually unplugged. I know it is, but, I can actually, one thing I can do is I can reset your modules. But I wouldn't wanna be out here playing. So your whole planner would quit playing, but anyway. So there are things I actually can do. Is I can reset the modules. No, I'm not going to, but anyway. There is, it's just like I was in the cab. But you notice this monitor over here is not changing at all, okay? You're still halfway playing it. You don't know, it's not messing you around, up with you at all. So, it does come down to a little bit of trust, obviously. And I'm not here checking up on you all the time. He's going 9 miles an hour. He don't have speed to. No, we're not gonna bother. I got enough calls. Nobody's sitting in the office doing that. But anyway. The cool thing is, I can come in, and if you're like, I'm not sure how to explain this to you, but it's doing this, I can see all your error codes. Every error code that ever popped up. I don't have to ask you to tell me, what was that number? Oh, was it this? Was this other number popped up at all? I can see every single thing.
We also have that ability.
You do too. You do too. Yep, as a farm hand, as a farm
This is
manager.
keeping the fertilizer, can see when it's
Yep.
empty and when it.
Yep, you could. If, talking about that, let me go back to the home page. Do I have that? I don't know if you can through, well, that's actually a really good question. I'm not sure about that. In the app, if you can see that in the app or not. If you could actually pull up, so you can put an indicator on your 2020 that every time you fill a tank, you just go tap on it and say, I filled my tank. It'll trickle down and keep track of it on your 20. I don't know if that'll send me an alert out. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Because as a farm manager, it'd be nice to know your 3 planters are out there running. How much has each guy got? Who should I go to first with the tender truck? Yeah. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I only have
Yep.
one planner, so it doesn't.
Okay. But then you know how soon you gotta be heading that way. That's a brilliant question, actually.
So are you saying from the Panorama app, I can see the?
No, this would be on the, only on the web, I
Live
think.
stream on the web.
Yep. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end my live stream here. Go back to the regular panorama. I just wanna show you real quick what panorama looks like, then we'll get into more of the monitor stuff. So, years ago, Precision Planning created Field View. That was the iPad hooked up with your old Gen3 in the cab. Monsanto comes along and says, you're a great company, we want to buy you, we love this idea of Field View, we buy it, we take the Field View, we sell the rest to somebody else. John Deere's not allowed to buy it, so I can buy it. Many, many years are in between there where Climate Field View is kind of working, kind of not working, because Precision is not allowed to work on data management for about 10 years because of a non-compete. So Panorama was coming in the background for a long time. How do I get out of the live stream? Is Panorama like here? Yeah, I want out of here. Okay, I'm not sure if kick me out of Panorama the whole right now. I just want to show you a few things in Panorama. I think Panorama is an impressive app. So this is what they're coming out with to take to the next level from Field View. Am I not seeing it? So I'm just gonna go to demo account. This is the demo operation, it's just demo data. So you got things like Symphony, there's all kinds of stuff here. Let's just grab one like this. Make this field, for example. Here's a lot of things that we can do. So you'll start in a field, you just got analysis, you got a whole bunch of things we can look at. We can look at downforce, seeding, row cleaners. Then you got a spray pass, all your harvest data. Anything that in 2020 can be on the machine. At this point, we're not bringing in any other data, but that's future pipeline. Where I get excited is I have a whole row of things I can do in every field. I can do a lasso feature where I can draw a block in the field, kind of like you used to be able to climb it. It'll give me a quick average of what was going on in there. If that's something you want to mess with, like what was going on right in this part of the field. You get a whole bunch of data there. We like the diagnose page. I can, you're trying to see it here. There we go. You can zoom with this too, by the way. So here we had an alert. So I can tap on that alert. It tells me what happens. I can go view the diagnose table, expect the diagnose, here's what was missing. And if that was the one there's garbage gas. But anyway, I can jump through second by second and jump through that field and see if it happened anywhere else. You can see the little tractor showing up on that screen now. And as I tap through, he moves across the field, goes other places. He can jump down through here, see what was going on. He wasn't harvesting there, but we keep going. We should start getting some grain moisture once he starts coming. I think we will. Yeah, come on, don't prove me wrong. That's something to pass somewhere. It's gonna take a little bit of investigating how it's doing this year anyway. But, all your different, in your diagnosis page, you go to, I'm more familiar with this on the finder side. Let's go to the finder. And let's see what's the finder stuff. Here we go. Let's just pick the spot in the field. You can just tap on a spot in the field and you can go down through diagnosis. You can start looking at what we all got going on. I know what the oil pressure was, or what my commanded delta force pressure was right there. Duty cycle. See the actual pounds on the sensor. I got lift manifold, PSI. I got all kinds of data here. And if I go into V drives in the seating, we found a V drive that was bad on the planer that wasn't actually throwing errors. He'd throw a planer-wide skip, and we couldn't figure out what was causing it. And we watched row by row which V drive shut off first, which V drive started last after the skip. We started realizing, I believe it's this one number, and it was bad. So we've been able to start catching problems on planers after it's planted. You go back here. The other cool thing is, now I forget exactly where to find that again, but if somebody comes in and screws your 2020 up, we can actually come in here, hook a flash drive up to your computer, download the configuration file that was exactly like it was set up in this field, go out and reset your planter up while it was here, and go back and plant like it was there. So if somebody came in and screwed it up, or you had lightning strike, takes out your 2020, heard it happen one time. So we think this will happen. So you get a whole new one, you just go download the configuration file, pop it right in, boom, don't play the roll. So there's some really cool stuff in Panorama. So if you're wondering, is Panorama worth my time? Well, if you ever are going to spray, the cool thing about the sprayer is all your camera pictures are going to get pushed into here too. So now we have a whole new way of using Panorama. We got scouting all year long. Every pass you make across the field, we got photos of what was going on. So anyway, Panorama is becoming a pretty powerful tool. Somebody asked me last night, Randall, will I ever use Panorama to know how profitable I was for acre? No. This is only agronomic data. What did I do in the field? What did I apply? How was it, over the crop season? You're going to have to take that data, get a farming gauge, go to John Deere, go somewhere else to figure out profitability per acre. So this is just very detailed agronomic data. Does that make sense?
I would like to write prescriptions, keep track of soil tests, and that kind of thing, kind of like it.
Did you ever hear of, now it slips me. Resistance. Yeah. What's that?
Radical.
Radical. Things like that. Yeah, soil tests, as far as I know, I don't know if that's available today, but that stuff's definitely coming. Yeah. I don't think we can write a prescription yet. That's also something that's being considered as a question that was very common, so. Tom, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't think we can do any prescriptions out here yet, or can we?
I would message you up with the, I think on the planning tab, click on that, I want to see what all is under that.
Oh, that's right, planning's a new one. Yes.
I'll be honest, they're adding stuff out to here, but you have to have a boundary and then add some stuff into there, so I'm honestly outplayed that a little bit more myself, because that kind of stuff is more than I'm used to.
Yep. This thing is changing by the month, okay? This thing's in radical development. They finally got their hands free to do exactly everything they wanted to do. And they're pushing things out very quickly. It looks totally different from a year ago. So there's a bunch more power to it. Basically, you run your 2020, you're shooting your data up into Panorama, and then you can play with it. If you see issues with it, you can call me, share your operation with me, and then we can check into it too. So, if at any time you want me to get out of there, you can cut me off. So, you own your data is the thing. Anytime you don't want me checking on your 2020, you just turn your hotspot off, and I can't get in your 2020.
It also ties that if you get 5 minutes.
On the one where you can control it. The other one, as long as they're hooked up, you can jump in anytime. I was surprised at that.
Okay.
But the live stream I just did, it doesn't, unless I'm doing something wrong, it's not popping up anything.
Okay.
But where I can control, it only gives me 5 minutes. Yeah. But that's on 26.1 software this year. So, all right, guys, everybody powered it up? You got a blank screen? Yep.
What do you call blank screen?
There's none of your buttons
Yeah,
on there.
nothing there, yeah.
So take your phone, you know what it looked like before. I'm gonna switch back to my 2020. And we'll just walk through that. You guys probably know, maybe did this before, I don't know. So things are gonna be a little different on your new software. So go home. So this stayed the same. You hit this little clover leaf, looks like in the top corner. That'll allow you to start laying it out. You'll probably only have one map page at the top, the beginning, and then you go down here to add widgets. Hit add a widget, and then you can start looking for the ones you had. There's also, don't be confused, there's a whole bunch of different sizes. You may have to change the size to get the one you want.
If they make it, then I can put my population bar graph on the top of the screen.
I gotta change the size.
Don't think I can. You're saying this DMC bar,
Yeah,
this little mini bar?
I want up at the top.
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. That's a good one. No, you can only change it. Whatever. Yeah, you know what? As far as I know, there's no way you can change it. Maybe on .1 software. I'm not sure about the others. So,
So I'd like to, right now have it on, I had this on, let's see, on gauges. Standard,
so maybe,
I wanna make sure I get my.
yeah. Hey guys, maybe one of the first things to do, I'm just gonna back up a little bit. Maybe one of the first things to do, if you had multiple tabs along the top, you might want to just go and create them first. The way to do that is just hit Layout Plus. When you hit Layout Plus, it'll bring up this one. You give it a name. If you named it wrong, just tap on it again. Or, how do I do that? There it is. Whatever one I'm on, I can actually change. That's interesting. I've forgotten that. So I have to start it. After you have one made, you have to tap on it before you go into there and actually edit under that one. So I'm under metrics now. If you want to change the name, you just go to settings, and then you can change the name to metrics. Yeah. You know what you mean?
Single H.
You can't switch between them. Anyway, thank you. How many layouts do you have? Three?
Still messing around.
And if you can't find one, let me know, but I'm pretty sure all the widgets from 25.0 are in 20, are pretty much the same. And if you wanted to change something, now's a good time to do that. You were getting it all laid out. There's a crazy thing you can now do if you have two displays. How many guys are running two 2020s in a cab? Is anybody doing that? How many of you are running 16-inch displays? Any of you guys running 16s? Nobody. So with the, I'm getting ahead of you guys. You guys are busy. I should quit interrupting. This is an important thing to do, to build those layouts. And then we might go into the diagnose page. Well, one of the things I figured out, for those of you guys who are done already, you can set up what's called, so let's just, I'm gonna do this over here. Oh, I'm gonna add a widget. So there's a new widget that shows up once you have two displays.
It's good spacing, good ride. Good ride's not on here that I had on here before.
Good ride's not on there? Oh, good ride is probably missing because we have to go to the diagnose page or go to the finder and add the good ride sensors on. Then good ride will show up.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I guess. Find out.
Guys, thank you. I'm gonna show guys, I'm just gonna show you real quick. If you hit setup, you wanna run through this with me, Rodney, or? Yeah. You wanna get you guys?
Am I going? I'm back.
So go, are you at home?
I'm still here.
Yeah. Well, you're about done.
I'm pretty much done, yeah.
Why don't you just hit this population one? I'll show you a trick. And then just put it somewhere on the screen. Yep, and then it'll give you an X to delete it. And you can just, or if you want to let it there, that's fine. And then you can hit your green check mark to go to that. There you go. Now hit setup. So it's gonna look quite different on your setup menu now. So you should have fields, products, equipment, systems. So under your systems, what do you all have?
Yeah, same thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I just don't have.
Do you have this hardware,
Hardware.
sensor?
It says hardware, but it don't say ride. It
Yep.
says gyro 1, push button, lift switch 2, frame mounted lift switch.
Mine
Okay.
has,
That's not fun. Go back. Yeah, you want to hit the green check mark to get out of that. Yep, in case you're wondering. Go up to equipment. Go to planter. I'm still getting this figured out myself, to be honest. We're gonna hit hardware. I don't remember exactly how to, no, that's what it is.
It's intuitive.
I was thinking how to do some good rides there. Aiden, do you remember where we add in those good ride sensors?
Implement.
It's under implement? Hardware?
You're saying that, the ride quality sensor, or? If I had another mod, add it to the hardware.
You going? Oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah, go back. Yep, that was correct. Thank you.
Where am I going in? Implement things.
Go to systems, Thank you. That's where we're again. Under systems,
Yep.
implement, and tap it to the arrows down. Under implement. There you go, hardware. And then at the bottom
That'll work.
here, so guys, thank you, I was missing that one. So we go to systems, go to implement, drop the arrow down to hardware, and then you'll have this page come up where you can add implement
So
hardware.
mine don't give me the option to add implement or you know what, maybe I'm
It should over here.
add hardware, not implement
Mhm.
hardware. Is that right?
Go to systems first. So you're under equipment.
Okay.
Yep, no, you're good, that's all right. It's a little something to
Yeah, it
learn.
is.
This
Okay.
drop-down menu changes that side menu.
There we go.
Yep, that hurt. Now you're
There we
good.
go.
Now add hardware. So then you'll come to your ride quality sensor.
Yep.
You're gonna tap on that. You're gonna say all rows, probably.
Yeah, 8 rows, yeah.
So whatever you got, select all rows,
And save and finish.
bottom right, save and finish. Okay? Now, while we're here, let's just go up
So there's some more stuff.
to our planter and, to go up to equipment. So guys, watch your arrows.
Yep.
The right menu changes now,
Yep.
and it gets a little goofy. So I'll tell you how to do that. You go to equipment, make sure it's green, go down to planter, and, what we're gonna do, so make sure your planter is correct, whatever you are. Row type, you're gonna wanna change your row unit type to whatever row unit you have.
That was in here already.
You read, that came through?
Yeah.
Perfect.
But
You have an egg already?
an egg oh no, the egg hookers.
Do you have Harvest International?
Yeah,
What's your, back at your gauge wheels, is that still John Deere or no?
just a shank.
Just to check, that will be the important one, because it has to do with your load pin.
Okay, so I wanna have,
So you want John Deere
Okay.
XP probably, or? what do you got?
I don't know, okay, XP, yeah.
Yeah, XPs, yeah, yep.
So which row unit do we have?
You have a Kinsey 3000. So you're, hey guys, the question for the row unit, think about your gauge wheels and your load pin. That's the important part on the row unit type, because that's why they need to know that. So you would have, even if you have precision on it, it's still, the metal part of it was a Kinsey 3000, okay?
Yep.
So that's perfect. Yep, and then just go up through and make sure everything else looks like it's correct, it should be. You'll see things like active rows, controlled spacing and all that. Yeah.
8 rows is 24.
Controlled spacing will change when you change from 15 inch to 30 inch if you have a split rail plant.
So the tanks comes in, that
Yep.
one, I mean, one tank that's being monitored, so that's
Yeah.
what we want.
Yep. And that'll be based off of how many liquid systems you have.
One liquid system, yeah.
Yep. So it'd be your total tanks. So if you have 3 tanks all tied together, you'd be the total of all
Yeah.
3 last year. Yep. So do you,
No, I don't, maybe it has it already.
oh, you only have 1 tank?
Yeah,
Or- I'm sorry.
One that's, yeah.
Sorry, you have to put it back in.
Well, I'll do that one.
No, so then I'll hit
Turn it
enter.
on.
Okay.
But it's over here.
Yep, so just keep going. It's done. Like it entered the value in. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So when you go back, it'll save it. So I would think too, it should go away, but
The only other thing, that I've seen is, where was that before? Where were we before?
in systems,
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that's not up, so these,
the PDM is the
Yeah.
top row. And the next one, Dan, is your frame switch. So on the left there, see hardware? Now those icons are labeled there. So frame mounted lift switch.
yep, okay.
So you have a lift switch tied into this connection to PDM. Yeah, it's not on the row.
Yep,
It's where it's plugged in, all
so
the
this,
communications.
this would be all right then. This
I
would
think
be
so.
on-
Your smart firmware rows, is that right? Row 5, row 9, and row 12?
I think I had to look again. I was thinking, so last year I started out with 4 originally, and then I had 2 now. I gotta look to see which
So
was.
one might need to get taken off.
Yeah, but we couldn't take it off. Couldn't take it off. We took it off.
Yeah,
yet
but
it
you
still-
couldn't take it out of the
yeah.
system.
So I'm thinking it's
So
really
tap on hardware.
hardware, right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, just tap on that. I think you should be able to. Oh, no.
Tapping hardware on the right direction, probably is probably where you're gonna have to go. And then now you got your smartphone, it's tapping that, there, and then you should.
Should be able to do what we wanted there.
See if you can disable it, if you can't remove it.
Maybe we could.
We would have to go and
So yeah, I had to
see-
look, we might be running. Well, I'll figure that out.
We should be able to remove that
So
hardware though.
one other.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Keep going with your thing. I was gonna just ask you where to find that, where you were saying enter in the. Once we gotta wait till we're hooked up to the planner that we can't do it. Can you?
The load thing?
Yeah.
No, we can change the load thing.
No, the what were you saying right at, right at the beginning?
The liquid tanks, all that kind of stuff.
I just can't think of it anymore.
Alright, you think of it later, let me know.
Yeah. So gentlemen, another thing you're gonna change, you're gonna have to specify, and I think it's gonna be under systems as well, and it's probably gonna be under your downforce system, the hardware here, somewhere, where's the, oh no, always get mixed up, yeah, it's the hardware part. Go to hardware, downforce sensor. So when you go in here, you're gonna have to, I'll back up, guys. So one thing we're all gonna have to set up now is our downforce sensor, our delta force sensor. So starting from setup, we'll go here to setup, go down to systems, and we're looking for the downforce system. This is what I think they really did good. If you just start thinking it through logically, it's like, yeah. So tap downforce system, under downforce, go to hardware, and in your hardware, you have downforce sensor. Tap on that. You've got to make sure you have the right part number.
Oh, that's
Here's a cheat sheet, just tap on that. It'll give you what it expects is the right one for your rail unit.
Where did you do that?
Go to hardware and,
Yeah.
downforce sensor top left, or middle left. Tap that, the right side, sensor type. And it'll show you the two. So
That's what I have.
That's what you got? Yep. So it should show you an image of it. If there's two available for that row, it'll show you the two. But you gotta make sure you have the right one selected. So that's, and then you kind of select all rows. Make sure they're, yeah. Here you can change, make sure sensor is active and enabled. We're good.
So is that sensor type the default that was in the system?
It should default for that row unit, yeah, yep.
So in the.
Some row units
in
have
this
two.
26.0 software, there is a glitch in there that if you go, like if you're setting this up, if you click on it, the part number that is in there is a 728 number, or 718 number, it is not the right part number for what this is. So you need to make sure to change that.
Yeah, ours wasn't right.
Yours wasn't right, yep. So just make sure it is the right one.
Make sure the number's even right, even though the.
Are you,
That
what are you saying?
sensor's the right, the
Yeah,
type
no,
of sensor.
that right type of sensor is
Yeah,
what you need.
okay, yep.
So there's a calibration value for each sensor,
Oh, yep,
and that's what they're going after.
yep.
So you can put all kinds of different row units on your plan.
Yeah.
You can go and get a custom select, which you don't actually have that. We're just gonna select all the units. So you'll select a Harvest International row unit.
But this doesn't
Denmark.
look like it to me.
So that is a precision.
So I'll get you that part number. I'll get you the actual part number. Now, the part numbers that come off of this website. Your part number should be here in this set. Oh, this is really cool. It's up here.
That's the one that I think that's what Ron and a lot of
What do you got, Billy?
No, I was wondering what you were right versus.
That looks like the old
That's where that is. That's where it is. Somebody asked, okay, we'll get,
Yep, oh yeah.
there's no manual down
Planting and harvesting data all go right in, right in.
Oh,
Except
okay.
that number,
Oh yeah.
But our combine's not set up for it. We're only doing the combine.
not for the gallon sensors. Yeah, whoever was asking for the Harvest International Rail Sensor, it's the 5/8" smart pin 725580.
What?
725580 is the one you want. It is a John Deere sensor.
And that'll combine.
Yeah. Yep. Does that answer your question? Yep, perfect. 725580. Your downforce sensor should be. Where are we at? Make sure did you update you updated your software, right? Yeah.
And how do you edit that when I mess it up?
How did you find this shit, right?
It's on
What
your
does it say?
Delta Force Roast solenoid.
Okay, there we go.
That's the right one for us, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the right one, it's a link like that.
Yeah.
That's the correct one. Yep. Yes, sir.
So how do we know this sensor has you on? We try to get the Delta Force row solenoid or the sensor?
That's why I said you're the one that needs to come. That's gonna be both key. Program this. You would have been having to do it all, because you've been.
That's good.
Cause I better make sure. You can just select all roads.
And then for that,
Yeah, they're all the same, it's showing the same. You can select all your roads and then just tap on there again, select it again.
And that puts it on all of them.
Hey guys, one thing I forgot to specify, and you might want to just go back and do this again. When you should select all your roads before you select your sensor type, just in case for some funny reason there is a different one showing up somewhere. That'll assign it to all your roads.
So we gotta do the row unit type first.
You always want to start out with row unit type first. Then it filters everything for the row unit type.
Was like this, even you would tell me.
How's that again? Yeah, we did go over the row unit type. Sorry, I might have not made that clear though.
now, there's one thing that I'm having trouble with.
Yes, sir.
I can load planner configuration, but it's not letting me load tractor configuration. I go into tractor down to save or load, and I hit that button, it reboots the monitor. And he has the same trouble.
That's a button. So when you try to load a tractor configuration, it reboots the monitor. Did you try deleting the current profile out and making a new one? Like there's
He
something.
doesn't let me get into that screen, I don't think.
Okay, so what he's saying is, under tractor, there's gonna be save and load. When you go in here, you can have all your different tractors, if you have multiple tractors and
Never
blenders,
gave me that screen.
equipment, tractor, save and load,
Yeah.
what's there then?
That's why it gives me.
This, just take it right off.
Which button do you hit?
Press save slash load and just take
You're saying the button shows up down here and when you,
it. Press that button.
This is my,
okay.
I saved the configuration, so I put that in the check.
That's, so now,
You can't even load it. Did you take pictures of it?
Yeah, I took pictures. Did I?
Or we could just make
I have a
another.
tape measure.
So one thing you could try, you could just try building a profile. If it's totally blank, let's just try building a profile. So under our hardware, we should have GPS and radar on the tractors. Oh, by the way, guys, you never want to have GPS on your planter. GPS should always show up underneath the tractor, unless you have a second receiver on the planter that you're actually using to communicate with the 2020. If you put the GPS on the planter, it will really screw up your planter measurements, GPS measurements. It'll mess it all up. So make sure your GPS is showing up.
And where do you,
Ours won't though, right?
where's he, where's he?
We don't have GPS on our tractor, we added it.
Yeah, well, I mean, where the code is located.
Okay, it's on the tractor, so you wanna make sure it's on
So
the
just
tractor.
make sure it's underneath the hardware, underneath right there. Yep, so you have the GPS and radar.
Yep.
You're good.
Okay.
So go down a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, then we wanna go back.
and then we're just underneath planner here yet. And, so now run the planner, right? The hardware is to know we don't need GPS. That's how you want it. I wanna do something with yours here. We're gonna hit save and load. He has a configuration of the tractor already in his. I hit save and load, it doesn't get it all. So I wonder if you don't have to create at least one profile before you hit save and load, then it's all happy.
So if you saved his account configuration, that would have also saved his tractor right there.
Yeah.
So,
But if it didn't bring anything over, guys, I would recommend just put something in here once. So go to hardware, add your GPS and radar. Go to measurements, so you just stick some measurements in. Oops, right, measurements, edit measurements. Just put some measurements in, create a tractor, even if it's wrong, and try to save that, okay? So that way we actually have a profile. Does that make sense? I think we're trying to save a blank profile and the computer's like, ugh.
So, it has measurements in there, I'll just left them there, right?
Yeah, because you'll load your actual profile. So just make some dummy measurements.
I had never brought that in, should I restore my configuration, like, I had exported everything on the flash drive off of this, do I wanna do that, or do I wanna restore configuration?
That would be from a previous startup, so you'd
I
want
wanna
to
do
do.
this,
Yeah.
oh, right there.
Yep, there it is, hit that one. Yep. There you go.
See if I have that,
Now go see if it's there.
yeah, I still figure out how to.
Makes me really curious to know.
Should I go
Custom
tractor?
Yep, tractor will be the one. Custom front, go down, yep, so now go down to measurements. Yep. Go up below there, edit measurements. So every time you hit it, makes a drop down menu. 70, 30. Yeah, check see if it's the same as the one. What was there?
Yeah, because he doesn't have, like, both of them, it's flash.
Yeah.
Same, good.
Now we'll check.
Go to modules, or go to hardware, sorry. Yep, yeah, GPS radar in there.
Yeah,
Now go down, your modules drop down further, go to modules again. Yeah, because you'll have two unconfigured, once you're hooked up, you'll configure it.
Okay.
That's your 2020 and, maybe your DBM, I think.
I
Yes,
would
sir.
make sure we're with,
Don't want to try to save it that, that's why it's called.
I put my USB in,
Okay. I was trying to think what it could be, maybe it's
No,
just.
we just did it.
We gotta find a decent used one.
How do you guys try to agree? Configuration. Okay, try that, do that, import from your, get from your USB, go to
As long
setup,
as
go to
everything
setup.
decent, they're in decent shape, and we are sitting on it for
Go to,
800,000 already. You know.
import data, go to device configuration, on the far left, middle.
Buy it
Device
from them, if they know where it
configuration.
came from, but it's not, you know what I mean?
And, it should give you the name that you say, load that one, hit okay. Now go back to your tractor and see if that one's
Last year,
there.
we're gonna be playing, last year we didn't play any with it because of the weather.
Okay, you can let your USBs in. Yes.
You won't come back there early, but I'm using that plan.
so this is what.
Okay, device configuration, that's the one.
all right.
alright, give me the flash drive that works for somebody else.
It's alarm goes off, I think. Probably. Probably set it. Wake up so you can turn it on.
Does it work for you now? Yep, boot it down. Okay. Yours, you did the configuration then? Pretty good, configuration? Yeah,
You guys are gonna call product support precision, and we'll see if we can get something figured out on what's going on with that. Can you edit your measurements on your tractor, and you can make it the same as what you had pictures of? Can you create a tractor?
Save it.
Cause it doesn't let you save it.
You can put it in, but it doesn't.
So it's not the even to delete. So, is something wrong? Hey, careful where you unplug power, please. We got a lot of devices.
Well, someone's taking our network down, so I don't really care.
Uh-oh, you heard that? Yes. Oh,
Don't explain to him, so he doesn't care.
You can unplug that laptop. I don't need that plugged in.
It's port 280 is what's railroading our network.
You can unplug the Ethernet. We're not using that at all.
This is 285 and 286. I mean, you're all good here.
Yeah, we're not plugged into the internet at all here. Except for that laptop there, and we're doing pulling off of Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
This display is pulling off of Wi-Fi. Oh, we're not plugged into anything.
What is your next break? We'll probably mess with it. Right now, we have it blocked, so it don't do anything too drastic.
So I guess we could take a little break if we need to move there.
No, you're good.
We'll be done at 12.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry for that. It sounds like somebody else having a bad day too. Maybe the worst one that I'm having.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so, under tractor, unit hardware, what's there? Is your GPS and radar? So you didn't bring in any tractor configuration in at this point, did you? No. What made me wonder is, I would say, you guys are having trouble. Power your DBMs off the whole way. So just hit the power cycle, power everything off the whole way. Let it shut down, the lights go off, and your DBM on your bottom button on it. Right beside your Ethernet port. There's a little button, just press it. It'll take about 5 seconds or so. Power it down. Yeah, this is the whole thing.
Can't diagnose it, fix anything. You know,
Yeah.
stuff to find out what it is,
First
and
thing
fix it.
I'll sit up. Do a power
Parts can't do
cycle.
nothing.
I just let it go. Yeah, it'll show. Is it out? Yep, it'll show. Check it out. So we're gonna let it all go off. Yeah, let the power light off, we'll do the DPM, power light off, make sure the power light's off and it's fine. Then I'd say, then, once you're all shut down, power back on, take your USB, let's do the import with that configuration, and see if we get you going that way. So power back on. I know it seems dumb, but it could have been looping for some reason inside there. Pop your USB back in, go to your settings, setup, settings, data import, oh, you're still talking. Yes, sir.
Can you go to the home screen to widgets? Is there a DMI?
You have to, you gotta add your sensors first.
Honestly, it's from 2020 issue.
As far as
I don't,
we weren't.
yeah, there should be.
That's the one.
I just tried power cycling.
Why don't you get me a USB that works for somebody else? Just to be sure. I mean, there's a lot of run there.
Well, 26.0.0,
26.0.0.
what everybody did. guys are having trouble, go ahead and take your, there's another software update. Yeah, you don't have anything about that, we can do that. So,
We just like, so we just try not to take it all the way down and
oh, yeah.
Okay.
So let's go to equipment, let's go to planters.
If we run an issue, we'll be your callback. Yeah, no, that's great. That's good. Thanks.
Yeah, that's all system settings.
You don't really see everybody.
Okay. It's not bad, that's your problem. You had to add your downforce, you had to add your good ride sensors here. Hey, there you go, you're getting it figured out. Guys, maybe we'll all do it at the same time. Take your flash drive, let's just go to .3 if you're not there ready. So I'll do another software update, 2026.0.3. If powering it off don't work, try new software, right? A common technical answer.
You want everybody to do that?
Yeah, I want you guys all to .3 before we leave.
Should we find something that beats the other?
What did you say? Well, I guess one of you guys could try and see if you can. .3 is the latest. They already have corn up in Texas, so they've been planting this spring already.
You sounded very confident.
First couple bugs. Yeah. You're saying who did?
You sounded very confident.
Yeah, okay. So it must have been a bug early on. Is yours updated? Just make sure this display is updated.
So software update, USB, and then press OK.
Pop it out.
What do we need systems for that?
Set up, or what do you wanna get?
We're going to, so what do we
Can you
do?
hand that front here, Carl, and you have one there, just look at
Which one do we hit? What do we hit?
Yep, settings. So it changed it now, I'll be under settings. Before update, right there under.
Oh, underneath it, I was looking at the ones coming
Go to from USB. And install from USB, and then up to .0.3. You got, and when it's all done.
Pull it out,
it'll say,
we press
yep.
OK.
You guys are gonna be,
I was looking up, not down.
you guys will be good till now. You know, we got the.
Can you explain the, quick start, jump start?
Yeah, we will explain it, we will do that then. If, hopefully there's some time for that.
Cause he's never used it before, he's like, well, why do I even need it? Should I even need it?
Oh, real quick start will do, I can demonstrate it right here. So quick start is really nice. You guys are off the hook with found the culprit. Can't see the other room. Thank you.
Smiling.
You were innocent.
He's smiling now. He has his head about ready to explode now. System's down in the whole building, huh?
Well, everybody's about down when the internet goes down anymore.
Well, yeah.
Yep. So, there's a lot of paycheck for no work. And he's on the hook for it. Excuse me. So guys, quick start. Couple places you would use that. You got a minute,
We're
Aiden?
not done yet.
Guess what?
You got a minute to go for quick start?
Yeah,
Or-
tell you what. Let me.
Yeah. So a couple places you might use quick start is if you stop in the middle of a pass and you want to go, if you don't want to lift the planer up, you can hit quick start. What it'll do, I'm hitting right now. So let's just say we stopped, went back to check something, jumped in the tractor. You hit quick start, it'll start counting down. And as soon as it gets to 0, it'll spin your meters at 3 miles an hour. So 3 miles an hour, they're spinning, dropping seed. So it'll start dropping seed, and then you can start driving, so you'll never get that gap in your field. It's yelling at me because there's no seed or nitrogen going down. So,
So you're saying if I stop in the middle of the field
Yep.
and go out and
Yep.
start again, I won't have a skipper.
you won't have a skipper that way, because it'll be dropping seed before you start moving. Does that make sense?
Create a pile of seed or whatever.
It would actually, it would. It'll create a couple doubles. I mean, it would, but it's probably better than having a, however you want to look at that. But anyway,
It's not gonna be that much for a skip there, really.
it's enough you can see it from an airplane.
Yeah.
A lot of fun to.
2 foot.
It's amazing how much it stands out. Yeah.
Yep.
It's about 5 seeds worth. It's actually basically the time of the seed tube.
Yeah.
It's not much. You wouldn't think it'd be a big skip, but it really shows up.
You start right when, basically, once it hits zero, why you won't have you won't have a bunch of seeds there.
Yeah, as soon as it hits zero.
I mean,
you
or a
lift the
little
clutch.
before, just, yeah.
Go,
Yeah.
gotta start going.
Some guys lift the planter up, back up 5 feet, drop and go. That works kinda too.
If
So,
you stop, I mean, with the speed tube, if you stop right in the middle of the field, stop jumping quick, it doesn't that create a,
with speed tube,
Yeah.
yeah, because speed tube will clean itself out, just like, well, regular meter would too. Yeah, if you would like stop instantly, the last couple seeds would drop in a pile. Yeah.
You don't,
Pretty hard to stop
you
instantly.
don't want that to happen, you go shut your master
Oh,
switch, and then forget to start it when you take off.
We got master. He's saying just kill your master and then everything will shut off. Where's my master? Right here,
Yep.
How much different is that than just hitting the load button that you get?
What load will do is it'll only, well, okay, yeah, that's a workaround, yeah. Cause it'll drop a couple seeds, so if you hit load and you start
If the
moving,
meters are full and you hit load, it will go till it drops.
yeah, drops a couple seeds, and
Yeah.
then as soon as you got speed, it'll keep rolling, yeah. I never thought about that, yeah, that'd be a workaround, yep.
I just don't know.
Does that make
Also,
sense?
in a corner, it'll start the meter sooner, so you don't, you know,
Right.
if you're out along the road and wanna make it nice, you know, have it right up to the
Yeah.
grass, like, you won't have a couple feet skip.
That's another nice place to do it. So, Aiden was asking about a missing piece on one of the charts. Is it there now? Your good ride?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. So as you add systems to your planer, you'll get more and more widgets to stick on your screen. Yep. All right, back to you guys. You're updated. Does the tractor thing work now? Still updating?
I was able to load the configuration.
Save the day again. We won't charge you this time. Just an FYI, there will never be phone support for AgriTier customers, okay? The only person who's ever gonna get a bill for phone support at AgriTier, if you go, you buy your machine out of the town, way far away, you come in, you live 5 hours from here, you call me up and you tell me I'm calling you because my local dealer charges me. Yes, unfortunately now AgriTier is gonna charge you too, okay? It does cost to have a staff team who's trained. We don't charge our customers for that. We take that on our nose. But if you're gonna call me 5 hours, I had a guy do this past spring. I asked him, who's your local dealer? Well, he charges me when I call him, especially on Saturdays. Yeah, well, Saturday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I wanted to mow my yard. I'd gotten everybody running. My job was done, right? Okay, so we had to make some we had some discussion around that. So AgriTier is never gonna charge for phone support, as long as you're an AgriTier customer. So, and if you're the guy 5 hours away and you buy your parts here, you're not gonna get a charge either. So if you bring your business to us, we don't care how far away you are. It's just, if you're that guy who's gonna try to milk the system, it's that you guys have to pay for the parts, so he gets a free ride, that's not gonna happen. How's that?
If the other dealers outsource the tech support.
That's right, so. People will take advantage in this world. There's not a lot of guys like that, but there's a few. So. Anyways, yes?
is my road unit a precision solid?
I think it's flat, for sure.
Cause I had leading edge, open, solid.
Oh, almost, I saw that one, I think it's the open one. It would be the fork underneath the handle that goes down. I think it's open, I don't think it's solid, but I know, it looks nearly identical. I think it's the open, it really doesn't matter much, because I think they're using the exact same load sensor, if I'm not mistaken, so. I'm gonna just make a note of that to follow up on that for momentums, just to make sure I'm getting the right row unit. Tommy, would you wanna text Curtis on that, do you guys have that conversation on what is the correct row unit for momentum? He might know off the top of his head. The only thing is might have changed on a certain year. I don't know if they changed that. Because I know that road unit changed a little bit over the year. Okay, you guys are all updated. You guys are sitting here bored. I would say make sure your home screen it looks like it should. Get those widgets squared away. Starting to wrap up a little bit. The last half hour, I thought maybe we'd go across just some setting up a new field, setting up products. So make sure you already have, if you guys are sitting around bored, go to your setup page, underneath products, make sure you have all the liquid systems, like you have good insecticide, make sure it's listed there. If it's not, let's go add a new product. And we can do that then. Make sure you have all the products there that you want. For you guys, you have liquid nitrogen, but you're not running it for 2020, it'd be just seeding. Seeding's probably the only product you have listed there. Yep. Yep. And that's fine. Anybody else? You getting that configuration uploaded there? Jay? Is that working out for you? Is that working out for you?
Yeah, I think so. So far. For the next time.
Solid Is there anybody else with them on that planet?
So let's just counter A and counter B.
712.
That's the actual field source. That's that, so that right there is that field system. I can put B up here, so it's A and B, and you can reset down to.
A lot easier to delete them.
So now I can put A and B up here, so it's not field. And the field is still, you get on that, the field will probably still keep track here.
Not that's gonna change every time you zero out. Zero out.
What's up there? Field's up there. Your A is up there now.
Yep. You still adding everything you're finding there?
Field coverage, A.
What was the, what are you gonna do to get
A
the
acres,
right?
B acres.
You have to add, here, that's a good question.
You've done it for 3 people, and I was.
Yep, no, it's okay. You were having a lot of trouble. We'll go to setup, and we'll go to systems, and then we'll go
The field will still
to
come up here,
downforce
you can
system.
look at it, but it'll be
And
on the
then
back.
under downforce, it'll show up hardware
So you
again.
can have A and B.
You go to hardware,
Field up there.
and then you'll need to add your downforce sensor. No, I told you
We
wrong.
don't need A and B up there.
But do you have a downforce sensor on there?
Yeah, I got the downforce.
Okay, I was going on a different money trail. You wanna go to implement. Am I on the wrong money trail again? No, right there. Implement. Hardware. It was so good we did this, Tommy, isn't it? Yeah, I learned a lot in the last few days.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't update at home.
Yeah, we were very nervous about getting people updated at home. There's so much change. Yeah, there's a lot of change. We have not been recommending it. We said either call us or else come to the meeting, yeah. There's people who are gonna do it. I don't blame them. I mean, it always worked every other year. This year, maybe not so good. So, bottom, add hardware. You are good now? Okay. Now you'll find your good ride once you have it on. So does this make sense, guys? As you add stuff to your planter, more widgets show up. So if the widget's missing, you're probably missing a sensor.
But it won't recognize sensors like.
So when you hook up to your planer, we're not hooked up right now.
Yeah.
You'll go to your diagnose page, you'll get that white. There'll be a white thing there, it'll be like, hey, I found something, I don't know what it is, you didn't tell me it's here. It'll show up as white. So that'll be really helpful for you to know, hey, I forgot to, okay, I just need to add that on. An interesting thing you are gonna see, your liquid systems, if you have a pump that you're controlling, your liquid systems are gonna show up red when you get home. Everything's gonna be good. The only thing you'll have to do is go in, and I'm not sure that I have a pump control here. But if you go into your pump calibrations, under your rate control module, if you have a pump calibration number in there, let's just say it's 0.75 or something, a calibration number, if you re-enter 0.75, the computer will say, oh, you calibrated me, bingo, we're good. But you have to do something. Even if all the numbers are right, your low volume, your high flow, like you might be a minimum 10, max 30 gallon a minute, or gallon breaker. All the numbers might be right, but you have to go in there and change one of them so the computer says, you calibrated me. So that might be one that you'll run into.
So that don't show up, my pump don't, I mean,
What pump are you running?
I had the John 3 pump with the John Deere module.
Oh, it's hydraulic control?
Yeah.
I thought we should see that.
Oh, no, it's not there either.
It's you should,
It's a.
so you have your via place, do you?
Yeah.
You're probably missing a rate control module. It's gonna show up white when you get home.
Okay.
And you add that in, and then you have to do a pump calibration.
Okay.
Might have to read through this.
Okay.
And I'm saying a really good Curtis question, because he's probably the one helping you out with
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Bug him on that one.
Yep. I will.
If you don't answer, call me.
Yeah,
We can figure it
okay.
out. He's gonna be better than me. I
Yep.
think you're gonna have to add hardware.
Yep.
Probably gonna add a rate control module, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, right there's the.
Took me a while to
Right
figure
there,
it out the
yeah.
last
So
time.
you should be seeing that. That's the only way we control the pump.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then you'll probably also have to do this pressure module too.
Okay.
So you're probably gonna have both of them.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess.
Got you.
Because that's the only way you can save the pump from river pressure, the pressure one, and
Yep.
the rate control is the only way you control the rate.
There we go.
Yep.
Remember that? Have to get this thing hooked up. Have to get it hooked up.
We're
soon.
expecting a ton of phone calls.
Yeah.
We're expecting a ton of phone calls.
I'm hoping it gets fit that we can go play around here soon. That way it's all good shape.
It's not been working out so well. There's a lot of nitrogen to spread yet
I
too.
know.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I had population on the bottom down here where it says roast beef.
Oh, yeah,
How do I get
Mini chart.
population?
Yep. So tap on roasty.
Yeah.
That'll bring up, well, I'll bring up your, it's your mini chart here.
Guess we can set
So
up
it's DNC configuration. So if you just tap on DNC configuration,
Yeah.
you can, go over here and check whichever one you wanted off that chart. So you can, the shortcut way, do you already have the chart down here?
Yeah.
So, right above setup, it should show whatever you got on there. So just tap on that button right above setup. And then, I think if you tap on simulation here and hit home, I think it'll, no, it stays in population. Okay, it doesn't work anymore. So, backing up, I'm getting ahead of myself. So hit it. Hit the little button here, comes up, DMC configuration, tap that. And then you can go over here and, you can change it to a auto scroll and pick 5 different ones. Whatever you want, and then hit home, and then it'll keep cycling through them every 5 seconds.
So it'll alternate through that.
Alternate through those. Some people like that, some people don't. I thought it used to be tied to whatever you had on the computer, but it doesn't seem to be tied to that anymore.
No, it also used to be tied to, I guess, if there was an error,
Yeah.
like a population
Yeah.
error, it would automatically jump to the bottom and it
Well,
would
you
show
can
the bar chart.
I think you can still do that.
I think so, but
Yeah.
on the older one, that was what it
default to.
How did you
Yep.
get into that again? I was.
Yep, the shortcut way is
Yeah.
just hitting the word right above setup. Do you get your bar
See,
chart?
no, I don't have my.
Oh, go to layout, yeah, you have to add it first. Yep.
Okay, alright, well then
And
I'll,
then widget, and then just go to dashboard menu bar chart.
oh, okay, oh, yeah,
So you can do the full, you like the full screen one?
yeah.
Yep, so then just hit apply to layout, yep. Widget green one.
So you go to auto scroll.
This one,
Yep.
check
you
one,
check
yeah.
market medium, yep. So hit row speed there, yep.
Okay, alright.
Then
Yes,
DMC,
yeah.
Downforce,
and then,
singular,
yep,
Auto scroll.
just tap
row
on something
queries,
there. So you can do auto scroll and pick over one you want.
quick spacing.
So you have a bunch more with smart grammar in there and everything.
Yeah.
You can do. You see, UCs and stuff, that's all smart grammar data. So, all right, guys, are we good enough? Go ahead. Yep, now keep firing away.
You were saying how if you feel pressure on the dashboard menu chart at the bottom there, you can change hybrids from that pop-up. How do we change the
Oh,
hybrids? We have to go and set up.
okay, so we'll get into setting up a new field. We'll do that
Is that what
then.
you're getting?
If you had your hybrid per row, it was probably just taking you as a shortcut in there. So what you might wanna set him up with is just go into here and get a hybrid. Take auto scroll off. And, oh,
It's not there.
it's not there anymore. Okay, is hybrid on your list?
You don't want it to
No,
cycle through.
nope.
No, I don't think we want it to cycle through.
Which one do you want? Population?
There's not a metric.
That's what you're used to looking at on the monitor.
Try
You can do population. you can
try
do-
population. Population might work.
On mine, it shows the hybrid down here.
Okay.
So, wonder population, okay.
None.
So it's.
But it was taken in the spot where you could change it. The settings for that are a little different now.
See, the problem is with us putting a hybrid on, we have two
Yeah.
of them, put a little bit.
Well, when you select population, it shows the hybrid.
Put 6 bags and you got changes.
Yeah.
8 bags now.
Doesn't not stay up there all the time.
These guys got 100 bags, they're 1,000 acres.
It depends on if you have it to scroll or just stay. Yep. Yep. Hey, guys, I think we're gonna pivot a little bit. Is everybody good if we pivot and talk about setting up a new field? You guys good if we do that?
One more question, I wanted to add that, I didn't get my widgets all added, I wanted to add the population widget, not gives me this.
Oh, go to controls.
Oh, control.
Yep, so then
Oh,
you have to jump back and forth.
Okay,
And you
alright.
can pick big ones, small
Yep.
ones. You can- Yep, so whichever one, you might wanna just do the regular wide one, that might be the one.
okay.
What do you want, what are you looking for, like quick jump, like 4 different populations? Or are you just looking for,
Well, I had it, before I had the big square box, I don't know if I needed that, but
you have,
population ain't even on here, seating,
maybe you wanna go to metrics, try that one. Does it look like that?
Yeah.
That one right there?
yeah,
Yep, okay. There you go. Yep,
alright, okay, I'm good.
so, yeah.
I'll finish
You'll
that. I know
finish
how to
it.
do that.
You know
Yeah.
what you're doing? Yeah.
I just wanted that. So I wanted. You were saying push the population for hybrids. Okay. Yep. Got you.
But there's other ways.
Yeah. Yep. Good enough.
All right, guys, setting up a new field. So, in some ways, I think this is where this software is starting to really shine. So go down to setup, hit setup, and go right to field. Just hit field.
Population.
And so here's where we start picking our fields. So, did your fields come across?
Yeah.
For the most part?
Yep.
So you can go pick a client, pick a farm, and when you pick your client and farm, it'll still show you which field is considered active, but all your other fields should show up down below here.
Yep.
Okay? There's one, yep, so then you can pick a field. Just change this right here. Your home farm, and I'm just gonna pick the back for you. So, once you pick the field and go into there, this is where we can start, changing stuff around. If you wanna do a prescription, it's all done in here. This is where you add them in. You have to load them ahead of time with the USB into your 2020. This is where you apply those, okay? So if you're doing seeding, downforce, nitrogen, it'll add systems. If you have more systems on your planters, it'll show up a bigger list. So anything that could have a prescription, that's where you would assign it to this field. Does that make sense? System settings. So you have a default population. For some reason, if it's like the 2020, if you're doing a prescription, you're outside of there, what do you want me to plant? 32,000 seeds per acre. That is tied to your crop. So if you would change from beans to corn or corn to beans, when you change it, that population will change. And it'll remember whatever you set it at. So each person's might be different. It's not like there's a default. So it'll change it whatever you have it set to. The thing that some people do sometimes is they say, okay, I'm done. When you hit the done button, which field is active? I was in back 40, which is my active field?
So the first one.
So that first one, so you have to hit make active if you want to actually switch your active field. Before you hit done. Yep. But you always know what your active field is and make it very easy. You can't miss it. It's right there. So now we have the right field active. We have everything in here we want. Yes?
It shows, I'm back in the home screen, it shows which field is active.
Yeah.
I thought it used to also give what farm I'm on.
You can add a widget for that, I think. Add a little widget somewhere. You're saying at the bottom of the screen. I think there's a widget to show which farm.
If I press.
You got what you need? Okay, good. So now that we have the field active, we can come down to, I don't know how much you guys want to get into this, but if you had two planters in the same field, you could use something called Pass Master and Share. So most of us have one. I don't know if anybody's running two yet, but that's where you can do that. Earlier, Tommy talked about planning in Panorama. That's where you would get this. So if you get really, really big, or if you get sick and tired of people on your farm messing up everything you had planned for the year, you can go into Panorama. Here's the hybrid. Here's the nitrogen rate. Here's everything I want you plant in this field. You send that plan out to the 2020. All they have to do is select the field, come in here, find the plan, and say bingo. Everything's loaded. So there is some things with Panorama going down the road. If you manage a fleet, or you manage a crew, or you just want something to do between January and February, there's something you can do.
Go to Florida.
I think you're playing. You can still do it in Florida on the beach in your laptop. There's a field summary when you're done. You can come through here and start picking out what you all did in that field. Yeah, just again, data. If you want to play around with this, most times we're probably never going to do anything with this. So backing up real quick, we know which field is active. We have that all set up, right? Our field is good. So in the field, we're going to go seed our products. So next time, we go to is products. We got to make sure our products are ready. This is where generally you're changing hybrids. So we're going here and change your hybrid. We can add one, drop in a database, right in there. I'm gonna make a mistake here. I'm not gonna change my active rows, and it's not get done. You can go in here and put, for that bigger for you, let's see. Let's just go ahead and make this bigger for you hybrid here. So I just added this hybrid. I didn't put any rows to it. So I'm gonna go plant, I'm gonna plant the whole field, I'm gonna wonder why it's DK 221, right? So before you take off planting, just remember, whatever hybrid's down here, that's what you're actually planting. You're gonna change it, you take another hybrid, you take your active rows. Does anybody do males, like do seed corn or anything like that? Anybody do anything fancy like that? You can actually pick your rows, which rows have this hybrid on, split it out really, really down to the. Most of us aren't probably gonna do that, we're just gonna hit all rows, hit save and finish, and now change it to that hybrid. The neat thing is, it saves all the hybrids you have used, just a nice list. If you're doing custom planting, you're always changing, You can just set this steering wheel thing here, just delete hybrid one, get rid of that. But if you're planting your own farm, you only have about 5 hybrids to use, they'll stay right here, it's really easy to jump back and forth. Make sense? One thing you can do, you can actually add treatments now. And stuff like that, you wanna keep track of that for record's sake. You can add your weight, stuff like that. Yeah, there's a couple little features in there, you can get into further if you wanted to.
So is the only way to delete that, the hybrids? I can't come down through my list and delete.
No,
like,
as far as
so
I
I
know,
gotta
you
go,
can't.
go into that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be nice to just like wipe a whole bunch of side swipe or something. just
Yeah.
get rid of them.
Okay.
I think side swipe functionality is something they should do in the future.
Yeah.
Swipe left for delete.
Yeah.
Anyway, in the list, I think it'd be nice. And they could just have a, are you sure thing or pop up, but anyway. Let's go down to nitrogen. Here's something I'd like to dig into a little bit. So I did a couple things in nitrogen and retinol. You'll notice here, in my 32 ones, I got really detailed. So I wanted to have fun, we're just playing around. You can keep adding products, you're safe. I don't know what that was.
Use the shield for the film there, nail it out there. Somebody's walking.
Oh,
Probably slam the shield down.
okay. Thank you. I was wondering what was falling.
Yeah, there was no shot that went off.
So, we have a carrier and a product on this one. So, if you're doing xylem, and you want to know exactly your rate of xylem per acre, put your xylem in here, put your carrier there, and then you would know that your 15-gallon applied, actually, 15-gallon of whatever product you're cutting. If you want, because you can change these to ounces per acre, fluid ounces, milliliters, you get really small numbers. So if for some reason you care about that, or you're really detailed, you can do that. If you say Renigal, all I want to do is put down nitrogen. You can do nitrogen, all rows, that's it, okay? You just keep it, and it's add product, add product, add product, and add more information.
Well,
Yes?
if you're not using 2020 to control it, will that just report that it's on at that?
It will not map if it doesn't see flow.
But if I put, in a seed treatment, I put a product on there.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you can put seed treatment, nitrogen, yeah. This seed with nitrogen, yeah, that would work there. I didn't even think about that. That's a workaround, yeah. Yep. You don't need to control the pump, but you have to see flow to actually map the nitrogen, Yep. But yeah, you go back to your seed treatment, add in whatever you put down for liquid, yeah. That's a cool workaround, I gotta keep that one in mind, when you think about that. Any other questions so far? So we set up our seeding, we're setting up our nitrogen. You might have starter, you might have in-furrow, you might have 2x2, I don't know what you all got, but if you had insecticide, that'd be another thing, and just another system or product. So when you're all done with that, basically all we do, go back to the home page now, and we go to, so normally you would probably come to it, your planter is gonna look like this. These are called control widgets. Any control widget has black around it, okay? The only way you can see is if you actually turn these on. So this will be your downforce, this is your seed, this is your nitrogen. The first time you come to the field with your planter, you'll probably touch the downforce main, which is a shortcut in downforce control. This is gonna look different than it used to look. Does anybody remember what it used to say on that downforce page?
Manual.
Manual was one, what's some other words that are missing? What's that? Light, normal,
yeah,
and heavy.
yep.
So we had too much trouble with people saying normal sounds like a good number. Put normal, because I am a normal person. I go put normal, and it wasn't right. Those have all gone away. There's no light, normal, heavy anymore. It's all numbers. 50, 100, you can set these up. Just hit edit presets, you can make those whatever you want them. So now you get to go out and decide.
I don't have that.
50, 100, 150 was what light, normal, and heavy was, in case you wanted to know.
How did I get into that page again?
Go to downforce.
Yeah. so I don't have that.
Oh, yeah, hit setup, go to systems,
Yep.
go to downforce. There you go, and then, keep going again.
Yeah.
You might have to put the control widget in,
I might,
actually.
okay, I'm
You
gonna-
might have to,
Okay.
yeah, I believe you can only get to that
Oh,
with the
yeah.
control widget.
I'll do that.
That's interesting, I'm not even sure if I knew that. So add your control
And that
widget.
would be off of
Yeah, the control,
yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
And I did the second one down right here, yeah, yep. Oh, there you go. So guys, I just noticed now, somebody asked me, how do I get there if I don't have it on the home screen? You have to put these on the home screen. You have to have the downforce control widget, you have to have the seating control widget, you have to have the nitrogen control widget, it's the only way you can get to these places. So if you are not sure where to find them, go up to your layout editor, come over here to add a widget, go to controls. Go to Y, and you'll start seeing these, okay? You can go to large as well if you want. You just figure I like the wide one. Yeah, I would do the ones like seating, disabled, enabled, downforce, enabled, disabled. And I put seating, I put nitrogen. On this thing, like, not
Probably,
that.
rotators that move the screen for
How's that? Yeah, your rotator should be under controls.
you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I just said we probably ought to add it to the main screen somewhere.
Oh, yeah, yep. You might just hit the pop it in somewhere there, or start a second round. On the right side, wherever you wanna take it, I don't care. Yep. There you go. There you go. Now you control your rotator. Yep. Does that make sense? So, you're gonna enable all those, hit enable on each one of those control widgets. You're gonna tap on the name to go change it. So that's how, does anybody know under seating control what sensor means? So normally you just do a target and hit your rate. What would sensor mean? Some of you have this. So you can run off smart firmer. I don't have a smart firmer in my planner, so I can't do this. You can run off a smart firmer and set up a whole bunch of ranges. You can change your population on the fly with smart firmer, if you want to. A lot of us haven't done it. I'm hearing of some dealers, I think it was particularly in Mississippi area, where they were doing it and doing very well. And, but anyway, so it'd be something you could play with if you wish. You should have a smart firmer about every 3 rows to do that, or every 2 and almost a better, because you want good data. So we got everything set up. Our downforce, I'm gonna start out at 100 pounds today. I think 100 pounds is gonna be good. Another thing I wanna go over with you guys is there's no manual mode, okay? This is always gonna be the number on your gauge wheels. Why the manual mode went away, I don't know, but they took it away. So it is gonna be the weight on your gauge wheels. You might have 500 pounds on your parallel arms because you're looking this going to the ground so hard. But this is the weight on the gauge wheels. This is the weight that creates your sidewall, okay? So the drier your ground, the more pressure you need to keep that sidewall together. The wider the ground, generally the less pressure. So how do you know, what is the best way to know what that sidewall should look like?
Go down, dig it.
Get your smart firmer to test that for you.
Nope, not yet. Get out and dig, get out and dig. That's why we always say buy the biggest soda you can and go start planting and drink it all right away. So anyway, it's up to 100 pounds. I'm going a single rate. I'm gonna go target. I'm not going prescription. I can edit my presets.
Can I change maximum down pressure?
You can. It's a number in there somewhere. The exact where it is now. I have to go find it again. There's a lot of control you can do that. You can kind of simulate manual mode if you get into the right place and mess around with it, but there's not a true manual downforce anymore.
Because I'm concerned about getting too much down pressure. I want to save my
Yep,
budget.
yep. Let's try this. I'm gonna assume that number is gonna be under system. So I'm gonna make the assumption and we're gonna go see if I am right. Oh,
There it is.
max lift,
It's above. I saw it there earlier. It's right.
that was the lift manifold.
I have a.
That's the max lift,
So mine's here,
where,
right in that page.
oh, it max downforce?
Yeah, right here, right.
Okay, I don't have it, but you do.
Yep.
Yep,
Oh, wait, you're looking for down pressure?
yeah.
Enable override. Not? Do it disable.
Mine's disabled.
What does that do?
So that was my question, that override, now what is that?
I think this is what people are thinking they can use to try to simulate manual, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm assuming you would do that up here, one I don't have, the
Yeah, it's
downforce.
here.
Does downforce have a disable enable override?
Yeah,
Yeah, so then you could override it, is there a number of weight? You can put a weight in there.
you can put whatever you
Yeah,
want.
you want in there, I think that's the one that people are gonna try to play with and see if it works kinda like a manual. Yep.
So, yeah.
So I don't have all my products on this planer, I should have finished building my planer, then so my functionality would work better. So that's why it's not showing up for me, I don't have any data force in this.
Now, this is where you could put your maximum.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
here's where you put your maximum downforce, this is where you would change that to,
Is the override force would be like a minimum force then, or what's?
on the left, I don't know why you would use that.
Well, it has it on the downforce too.
Yeah.
I had to study into that and almost ask the guys, anyone know? Like, where are they going with that number? Why is it in there? I don't actually know what the engineers are after there.
I would like, if there's an override, like it always puts that much force on it.
So-
Maximum force.
You know the way the lift works, right? The lift is always on all the rows. So if you got a row that's calling for 150 pounds of lift, it puts 150 pounds in your lift side of your cylinders. If row 5 wants 300 pounds of downforce, it puts 450 on the down then to overcome the 150 to create 300. So as soon as it says, I only need 50 pounds of lift, then it'll go to just 350 on row 5, so you still have a net 300. That's the way the system works. There's always uplift, so that you don't get hammered or any slamming or banging on the system. That's why it's always there.
So with his override force, so maximum downforce,
Set the-
limits me at 650, but override, I can put 1,000 in, so is that,
We were playing around with a number like that, and I'm like, that thing's never gonna command 1,000. You'll bend every parallel.
yeah,
arm.
yeah.
I mean, if somebody would accidentally do that and come in the next day, that'd be terrible.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Either the cylinders will blow out or bend the arms, one or the other. I'm not sure what would happen. At some point it would anyway, because you can only handle so
Six
much.
fifty is the max you keep it at? That's what's on.
I would probably let it at 650 and just leave it alone. I don't know. Unless you can read through the book and find a reason to prove me why we need to change it. I don't think, I'm gonna leave it at 650 until I know more.
I put my sheet metal row units down to 450, that's what they told me
Yep.
before.
Okay.
If you wanna
Yep.
save the sheet metal row unit.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I got standing ground and I don't want to have them.
Yep.
in there.
Yep. Standing ground and formed metal row units are not gonna play well together at 650. You will get it in the ground. You just might not have any more to put it in the ground next time.
Yeah.
That could be the problem. Okay. Guys, one last thing. Does that answer those questions for now on the downforce? Anybody have any other question there? I'd like to go over one more thing with you on seating. If you have the seating, where's it? Drop it into me with seating. We're gonna go down to one called swath control. Okay, third one down, right? Swath settings. So this is where, this is getting a little interesting. If you ever wonder why it doesn't shut off when you get to the area you're ready covered, if somebody disabled that, it will not work, okay? The only time you might want to do that is if you're trying to do a quick replay, you don't feel like trying to delete it out and do your thing, you might just disable this. A lot of times I just turn the swap switch off up front and just replant it.
What's, always draw coverage?
So that's another one. This one up here, always draw. What that means is it's always on. Whenever the planter senses movement, it is always
Whether
gonna
it's-
show like
whether
you
it's
planted
in-
it.
okay.
Yep. The only time I can see that being helpful is if your lift switch gave out. I don't, and I guess you could turn your master on and off, to turn it on and off then, that's about the only way. Otherwise, this should never be on, it should always be disabled. Does anybody use simulated headlamps?
I might have to tell them that. Does
So
it
we have a
work for-
boundary,
Does it work for simulated waterways is my question.
do you have them mapped out?
No.
So I don't have a good boundary on this one. Let's just do 5 feet, just to play with it. What it does, and this is the old Emmett Weaver store. What it does is, if you had a big enough field, I'll try to run it through, it'll probably be really small. What it'll do is it'll allow you to plant inside of here. And when you get outside of that boundary, it'll shut you off. So you'll be able to plant the inside rows, and then when you're all done, you plant out the boundary later. The only thing to keep is,
It takes the boundary like the.
it simulates like you already planted headlands.
So if you had, yeah,
you could-
60 foot or
Yep,
whatever,
60 foot, 100 foot, whatever, 60 foot, 90 foot, whatever you
you
wanna put
plant
in
your
there.
headlands last.
Yep. So, then what you do, when you're all done, yeah, you just get rid of your inner boundary and then just plant the outside edge of the field. One way to plant, I had a guy who does this a lot down in New Jersey, instead of sandy ground. They really got tired of ripping up their, literally rip up the seed, tear it out in the sand. So he always did that, always like that. You will run into some funny mapping like this. Why is it giving me a 45 instead of a 90? It doesn't like our weird shaped fields. So I've been a little disappointed in a few places with it. So I'd say use it with caution.
I would suggest if you're doing that, maybe keep your simulated boundary a little narrower than your actual tractor
Yep,
pass. And
yep.
then it
Yep.
won't plant where you already did plant.
Right,
so-
it'll shut off your coverage. So if you do like 85 feet instead of 90, if you have 30-foot planter, 3 passes, 90 feet, you do 85 instead of 90. Your last 2-3 rows on your headlands won't plant. Anyway, you're going around. Does that make sense? But,
So
yeah.
if I have a waterway that I don't want to plant, I don't have to, I could go turn my always on, like the, really just where you always draw coverage.
Yeah, you could. I didn't think about that. You can turn your always draw coverage, drive up and down your waterway, and go back, turn it off, and plant the field, and it'll shut off and you go through. Brilliant, brilliant.
So,
There we
so,
go.
so that will, yeah, okay.
And you can have your planter up, and it
Yep.
wouldn't be planted.
Got ya.
Except your implement switch.
No,
You
no,
can
it,
switch it to what its active state is.
true.
Says deep fast is active and everything.
Just make sure you change your hybrid to, I did not plant this hybrid.
When you plant for somebody who has a custom sprayer, you can't spray a waterway and it happens to be pointless, don't come and
Yes. What you can do is map them out with a very precise boundary, and then it'll shut off.
well, then I need RTK, which
Okay, yeah, because you can do inner boundaries, so it'll swap off when your inner boundaries.
This would be something you have to do every time then. I mean, you have to do,
Yeah, you'd have to do it every time, it wouldn't say. Remember where you were into the coverage, where was that again?
man, that's been too long.
Does anybody remember, I'm trying to find where I think
was-
it's actually under systems. So if you,
Yeah, you're
if
right.
you wanna adjust how you shut off your planter, that's good, let's go back home, go to setup, we'll go to systems, go to seeding, this is gonna be your shut offs now. So, this is where you'll change things like this. Do you wanna have your planter plant the whole way up until it gets to that row? You want a half row gap? You want the whole row gap? So this is where you change that, okay? There's also another funny one called module row sensitivity, because I don't come square into my end rows, I come at an angle. It's gonna ask me, do I wanna shut off? I think the bottom one's easier, so as soon as I touch the next pass, or when I'm halfway through, or when I'm the whole way in. So if you have a sprayer, you might not wanna shut off if you spray the whole way. This is a little confusing, because it's like, well, these dudes went long. Think of this as one planter pass, okay? They're just trying to help you understand. So 100% of the rows in a new rate zone, you're doing one row at a time. So this was shut off by one row each. Right? It would only shut off, if you selected this one, it'll only shut off when the full 30-inch pass is considered to be inside that next row. A lot of guys run 50%, that seems to be pretty common. Basically, 50% is thinking the center of the row, so that's exactly where your seed's dropping. So that's actually the most consistent. So if you do a half row gap, 50%, that seems to be very popular. I don't know the reason why. I mean, some guys just love to see it go the whole way, so you see no gap. I don't care. I mean, it's up to you.
Before we updated, our planner was set with the two end rows and tied together.
Oh,
If you go up under implement on the right side,
thank you.
merge two rows there. Or there's on the left.
Thank you, thank you.
Is that,
Yes, that would be, probably get together something like this, yeah. So you can, all right, very good, so you probably want this one then. So is that how you had it done?
that's how it was,
Yep.
now if you updated, it's at 0 rows, I don't know.
So, zero merged rows.
Right.
Yep, so you can change it back to 2.8. Some guys like to put the last two rows, are you running WAS GPS?
Yeah.
You running markers? Yep, that's why, it makes sense. So, if you're running WAS GPS, a lot of times we'll actually recommend us running your tier. Does anyone want to know how to get here? I did that pretty quick, but if you want to get there, let me know. But if you're running TerraStar C Pro or RGK, like a 1 to 2 inch accuracy, or even a 6-inch accuracy, you probably don't need to do this. This is for WAS, so what'll happen is, if you're going back and you come back through and it thinks you're actually drifting over, but you're following your marker, it'll shut you off because, well, you're planning over top of your pass row. And so that's where if you tie the two together, it'll have to say you went over pretty far before it'll ever hit that midpoint two numbers. So it's a way of tricking the system so that it doesn't shut off before you truly get a lot of overlap.
So they didn't make it so that it beeps when the first row shuts off yet?
It beats when it's all done.
Yeah.
Now all the rows shut off. That's when it beats.
But if the first one shut off, why'd that row shut off?
Yeah,
It was supposed to. So why would it beep at you? You just wish it would beep when it does something it's not supposed to do, right? The thing to keep in mind is it'll do whatever you tell it to do. So that's
Tying the two rows together and if you plant along a fence or something,
Yep.
just turn the swamp control off.
that's about the best way to do it, yep.
How'd you get in the SWAT settings?
So good. Another way you can always follow is at the top.
Set
So
up.
first hit the setup
Set
button,
up.
then
System.
hit the systems button, then hit the implement, then SWAT settings.
One other thing, in the merged row sensitivity, you
One more. do
It would actually,
Right there.
might want to bump that up to
so
75.
merge rows. Somebody made a comment, what was that?
In the merged rows, if you have the twin, the ends tied together,
Yeah,
if you don't want the little gap on the second row, bump that up to 75.
the sensitivity up to
Instead
70.
of 50, well, no,
So 75 would mean we have to go in pretty far.
well, your second row will stop it all.
Yep, yep. I see what you're saying. At 75, we're basically, yeah.
Or 50.
Or would it
50
actually,
would-
it'd be 50 on this one, I believe, yeah.
Zero is the middle.
Yeah, that makes sense. 50 would, it'll only shut off once this wheel hits that row. Does that make sense? This is fairly technical. fairly technical stuff. Does that make sense? I, put 50 in there, down,
First row will be in planning in the next row. In the-
you will get some overlap on row one. But if you don't care, it's, again, this comes back to priorities. Which one do you want? If you shut off row one, row two have a gap. Some guys are rather playing it full, so they're gonna do this way. If you'd rather have it shut off on a balance, then you can do it like this. You might have a little gap once in a while.
Well, we can start it off at every row though.
I think you were paying for the $400 a year, 6 inch, weren't you? No, you were just running the free one. So you're gonna want to 2 rows together.
Okay.
Yep. Is that how you did it?
Yeah, that's how I did it.
Good. And you can change this, I guess, wherever you guys feel that you wanna do it. I think probably a lot of guys are going for this 50% one. But, hey, if you just want to let it at 0, that's fine. What you can do is start out at 0, and if corn comes up this year, and say, that looks terrible, then next year you try the next one. I can't change it though then anymore.
Better do it the other way.
You would probably be slower to try the other way.
Hey, Randy.
Yes, sir.
Speaking out loud. So if you do not have your end rows tied together, as soon as, according to what is pointed to GPS, if your end row just flips over into previous cover, it's gonna turn that row off, correct?
Yes,
That's what
Yes.
it is, two rows connected.
that's
If
the
you're
only,
running good GPS, you technically will never have an issue.
never have an issue. This is only for overcoming low quality or glitches and stuff like that. No, you should not, if you have a higher accuracy, 6 inches or a better accuracy, you shouldn't have to worry about this. Yep.
If you had a sunspot storm and your GPS is acting up, then you wanna change it.
Then just turn the switch off and play it. Just go off a speed and put seat down, because your mapping's not gonna hold out, and hopefully you had markers. Yeah. I don't know what else to tell you to do. It's something that, so I do a little bit of flying, and that's something where people are using more and more GPS anymore to fly to go anywhere. And the crazy thing is, when GPS glitches, if you're up in the air where you don't have any reference point, you actually don't know. And so that becomes a very interesting question. No, the contrails.
Yes.
Put the contrails up, that can kill everybody. Why am I going in circles? I'm coming back where I was. No, but it's something to think about. If GPS does glitch out, the only way, yeah, I mean, it's one of the reasons we do still sell markers on some planners, but they have, in the last 2 years, there's been a lot of effort put into overcoming, radiation glitches, because we are in a peak right now. I don't know if you actually knew that. Last year was the peak. We're climbing the other side, but it's gonna be about another 2-3 years where we're down, headed towards the dip again.
Is there some, I mean, I don't even know what you're talking about with my.
So
I
it's
had
solar
no
storm?
trouble.
You
Yeah,
had no
yeah,
issue?
I had no trouble though. Why is that?
Well, it all depends when they hit. Sometimes we'll hit Sunday night at midnight, you know. It's the sun creates more storms right now. We're in a higher storm, and it sends out a blob of
Is it gonna
radioactive.
affect different receivers differently? I mean, or not really?
Are
It
you
shouldn't.
running a TerraStar C Pro, a Smart 7?
Yeah. I-
So that one might have the, what they call their Ionis figure or something, or whatever they call it, their Ionis shield, and that's supposed to help protect against that.
Yeah, I had never had a glitch with that one.
That's good to hear. It's good to hear. It's getting better all the time, but yeah, we have a whole bunch of range of old receivers and new receivers. If you have a Smart 6 receiver or a 6500 in ag leader, you will struggle. Those have no shield. Because that was done 8-10 years ago back, or 5-6 years ago when we were in a low. And this is the first time that we're using a lot of GPS in ag that we're in a high. Every 10 years, you get this cycle.
Yep.
So 10 years ago, very few people were using GPS yet. It was still kind of the entry level. So we thought GPS got better over the years, but some of it was the solar storm just kind of died down. And now we're actually, people wondering why is GPS getting worse? Well, it's really not getting worse. we're dealing with more adverse, yeah, just stuff in the atmosphere.
Is there a setting in this to change so that you don't end up in Africa when you're planning sometimes?
Not expecting that question. I have heard of that happening. And I have never truly figured out, who's your GPS company?
I use Ag Open.
Ag Open? Okay. I would say your position on your 2020 is coming from the GPS source. And I don't know that we are doing anything to change that. I might be wrong on that, but I would say it's probably coming from there.
But I was thinking they changed something on this last update that was supposed to try and cut some of that out. Some of that noise.
What's the release note say? Could be. That could be something there. There might have been something that wasn't playing nice. I'm not sure of. The only ones we had trouble with was that company you're using. I mean, it's a great cost. I like their pricing, but we have fought having good, every once in a while, goofy things like that happening. So, what was the name of that company again?
Ag Open.
Ag Open, yeah. I mean, we don't sell it here, but I mean, if somebody's looking for something really cheap, it's a great option. But they were between, so pulling the NEMA out of that, putting it into the 2020s where we ran into some issues. So I'm not sure if it's a translation or something, or what it is doing it every once in a while.
But you have the
I was running Ag Compass on Plus.
And you ended up in Africa as well?
I called and talked to, after the season last year, and he told me a setting to change that. I've been trying it since. Going along and under, like, all of a sudden something glitches, like you see a glitch.
Yep.
And my acres go to 19,000, like.
Yeah, I heard about that. That was you. Okay, I heard about that story. So basically what's happening there is it says he planted from here all the way around the world. I think we figured out how far you had to go. It was actually around the world a couple times. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was more than just one round.
I only have a 6-word planter, so you gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go with it. But anyway.
I
So,
think it goes to 0, 0.
yeah. So would it be the equator
It's off the coast of Africa somewhere.
and Greenwich? Greenwich is 0 and it'd be the equator probably where that lines up, yeah. So it's,
And there was some setting that, but I haven't run it since.
okay. You guys know where to go to get GPS setting? Little GPS on coming in here.
That's what it gives. It's all it looks
Okay, so I just hit GPS, okay. I had to hit one more step to get here. So here is where you can see all your satellites, what you're getting. This is all simulated from mine, yeah. I don't actually have anything. I am in Africa, 0, 0. So anyway, but this is where that information is gonna come in. When you hook up your GPS, you really don't do anything on the 2020 side, you do it all on the GPS side. The 2020 just takes whatever you do.
So last year, we had to make sure though, our NEMO messages, those there were right.
Yep. You need these 5 hertz.
All of them.
Yes, all 3 of those is 5.
And I can put it in now and it'll keep it there. I mean, even
Oh,
though.
no,
Yeah.
on your tractor side.
On the tractor side, okay,
Yeah.
so nothing in here.
Nothing in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
That's always on the tractor
All
side.
right.
Yeah.
Got ya. So.
This is just showing
Yep.
you what you're getting. Does that make
Yep.
sense?
Yep.
It should say 5
It
hertz.
should,
Yeah.
yeah, but adjusted, got ya.
It gets sent from the tractor and
Yeah.
it just takes it. Guys, we didn't get in operations a whole lot. But we got everybody on 2026.0.3 software, I believe. We got, so far, everybody's still alive and still surviving, so. Is there any other questions before you head home? Hook up to your planners. You guys will need a flash drive. You guys are all welcome to take those flash drives along, by the way. And, yeah, if there's not enough, I have a few more. Yeah, keep them around. You can use flash drives for all kinds of stuff, it seems anymore. If you have an issue, If anybody's interested in going to Panorama, let us know. Panorama accounts are free, but listen real closely. Operations are $500. So you can make an account for free, and we can play games, whatever, not really play games, but do whatever we want. You can't really do anything until you have an operation. So your operation is $500 a year. That's what gets you the data, and it gives me the opportunity to look at your screen. You do need internet hotspot, and you'd have to have your account shared with me so I can live stream your 2020. But if you like those opportunities, you want to do that, it is $500 a year. It's a little cheaper than Climate if you're looking to get away from Climate. But again, if you're using Climate across the farm, I cannot do choppers. So if you're running a chopper with Climate, I can't replace that right now yet with Panorama. I think that's going to come. I can't do, some of the other stuff that Climate's doing with their hockey puck, looking at engine data, tractor data. Well, actually, you can get a puck from 2020 down, hook into your tractor. You can pull in fuel and engine RPMs and stuff like that now on the 2020 if you want to. If for some reason that's important to you. The only time we've been doing that so far is if we had a really weird issue and we wanted to know the tractor information along with the planner.
Was the 2020 upload to Panorama?
So
at the
when,
shop, or do you have to run the cloud?
yes. So it'll save all the data. You hook up the Wi-Fi, hook up your hotspot at the end of the day on your phone, throw up all the data, and, yeah.
So right now with Climate, I run so it wouldn't work that way, then it would save it all to, like,
If you had a hotspot,
if I'd be
you can.
loading up real time, yeah, so that it would real time.
How do you do that? Do you just put it on the iPad, take the iPad home, hook up the Wi-Fi? No, you have a hotspot.
Yeah.
So it'd be the same way. So
Okay.
you'd use your hotspot to Panorama instead of Climate. Yeah.
You can
Yep.
still get it over the phone if you can flex through it.
Corn and beans. I don't know that I have this one set up very well. I think, and I did not actually play with that when I realized later on. Any of you guys know how to switch crops?
Yeah.
Where do you go to crops? I think it's under,
It's been too long.
is it under seeding? Is it under seeding, or where do we change the crops again? Or is it in the field? I can remember
have
where to
found
do
it.
that.
If you go to products, isn't it under products?
No, that's your,
Isn't that what you're looking for? That's what we're going to do.
It took me a while to find it before, because it's in sunflowers right now, yeah.
see, I thought it was at the field level.
So it is. Mine's here, the crop.
Go in the field and then.
There it is, there it
On
is.
the field.
But now there's a place that it wants to know what for meter you're running too, right?
Yeah.
That don't get, or will that change automatically?
Well, it will, but that'd be under system seeding. Where's that's the other one I haven't played with. Does anyone know where the meat of the seed?
I found it, but
You
I'm not
found
sure
it?
where, I'm not sure where.
Where's the plate setting? Which plate you're at in?
Oh, right here. I don't know what system settings under field.
Under field. Let me go back to that. So most of that data is also, that's right here. There it is. I don't have
You don't have
I
that.
don't have
Yep.
B drive, but this is where it would be. So, coming back, under field details, you set your crop. I'm just gonna change this to soybeans. Yeah, set up fields.
Is there gonna be a tab there that it automatically, like, let's say, I don't wanna do that for every field, like, right now they're all in corn, but what if you want all in beans? Like, if I go to each field, it'll be defaulted to
I think
corn.
it's gonna default to the last product,
Okay.
whatever you were
Yep,
seeing
got ya.
before. I think, but I'm not sure. Yes?
So when you switch from corn to beans, would default the bean, what Plug is showing, plus we're gonna kind of different makes for beans, but it's gonna default to the last bean plate, bean settings.
Yep.
Exact same.
Also your default population. It's all tied to your crop. Anything that has a crop symbol, when you change a crop, it's gonna change that as well. So technically, once you get everything set up, if you do if you go to this field and you change this, I change the beans, okay, I'll let you know on this.
It didn't do that.
Okay, it's not doing what I said it was gonna do. Yeah, mine went back to 32,000. Default pop. Did your display change? No. So here's what I, the disc didn't change. Okay, the population did, but not the disc. Okay, okay. Well, we're still gonna have to figure this out, so I'm gonna go back to beans. Come over here, now I'm back to 150, but I can't see my meter. I thought does the meter have that fancy little symbol in front of it?
Yeah, no, okay, let me think.
System settings, I think it was.
Okay.
Change that, you're on beans.
Yeah.
Change it to beans. Guys, think about it this way. When you set up soybeans the first time, you're at the end of everything in. Well, then it knows what you want for beans. When you do corn the first time, enter everything in for corn. And then when you swap your crop, then it'll actually change.
It should change it then.
And just because it changes it here, it doesn't change it automatically. It'll pull up your last settings used on that crop. Does that make sense? It's not throwing out some default number. It's the last settings used when you did beans, last settings you did when you did corn. That's what it's pulling in. Or supposed to. There might be a glitch. Yep.
Down at the bottom of the disc, and you
Yep.
put an option. So you have to have the right one selected, so that it means.
Where you actually, okay, we actually going to be doing this, we used to do this, we're just going to be doing it in steels for this. So you're doing all this actually in steels. Yep. And then your crop, your crop is ready, yep. Your consistent setting. And that's where you're setting. You probably have the one of these,
Here we got soybeans.
probably know which one to set, you want this.
We got that right there. Yeah, yeah.
Is it,
We're on soybeans right now, you're doing the
how many
same.
holes are in the corn meter?
Okay. That's what it was at.
Does yours say 27 corn beef set specialty? Why is it called specialty? All right, how about maybe let me just say, you're good. No, but, so guys, the idea is, at the field setup is where we used to go into, so they're trying to get rid of this thing where you set up your field, you go into your systems, you change your meter, you come over here, you change your hybrid. Now what we do, what we're supposed to be doing, is we go to the field, when we're done with the field, we're ready to plant. Other than we have to enter our population or downforce and something like that. Does that make sense? You have the field, you have the right meter, you have the right population, right hybrid, well, no, hybrid would be us, but you have the right prescriptions, all in that field. Does that make sense? So that all lives here now. You can change it other places, but it should all be driving out of your field settings. Because every field is what you're setting this up for. That's what they're trying to think about. When I get in a field, this is what I want to change. Because I might have changed crops, I might have changed grower, I might have changed whatever. My fertilizer is probably going to stay the same. But yeah, hard to say.
So it didn't do that for me.
It didn't want to behave.
So I have this one on.
Corn. Yep.
But if I go to system settings, it's still manipulate.
Okay, all right. So change it back to where you want it for corn. Yep. Yep, and so put your population back where you want it for corn now too.
That's that.
Settings in.
But it was always on the top of the screen.
Of course. Yeah.
It was always on the top of the screen, it just says how it's been.
Oh, yeah, you're good. Hit done. Yep. Done there. Okay, and now go in there again.
Go in there again.
Yep. And then change it to.
Well, I'm gonna do that to another field now.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I could do that.
And you may have to build.
I gotta figure out how to get.
Yeah.
So now I want to change my
It might not
field.
work on an active field. I'm not sure how it is. Like the active field, it might not let us switch.
Oh, that's
So
true.
try a non-active field, if you just wanna make,
Yep. Well, I'm
Just
gonna
wanna
do
make
one
one
that
up,
I'm gonna
yeah.
plant beans in.
okay, yep.
So, so where I put beans in that one. So now, but it don't give me a selection. So it's gonna have to be under an active field.
I believe it does have to be active.
So now, okay, make field active. Here we go.
No,
Now,
okay, it does have to be
now I'm
active,
gonna
okay.
put beans in here, so
Yep.
let's go soybeans.
Got
Done. Now it should give me,
Just see if it
it
changes.
changed it, but not by default.
Should I change your population yet?
Control stuff on, which is all those.
Yep.
And the map
So I
is
believe
that I
as we
brought
get
up.
it, yeah, and I hit done there. So as you get each time, like, it kind of pulls in the, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to pull in the most recent settings for that crop.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if we were getting them mixed up or what, but anyway.
All right.
We got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
We gotta get some hands, cut our teeth a little bit,
Yeah.
and just get out there. But do you guys understand how to change your crop, or how to change the meter, all that's up in your field setting? Yeah.
We have, there's different stuff across the top part, like there was a metrics button, like you go to the setups here.
Yep.
I mean, not that,
Yeah, you just go across the top. Hit
yeah,
that one,
like the metrics
hit
one. we have it-
layout plus. Let's go there again, hit layout plus. Now you can name that one metrics. That's how you enter a second one. Gentlemen, I think with that, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you much for coming. There should be, is the pizza here? Pizza just rolled in, fresh from Sal's in Leola, our local #1 pizza shop. So you guys want to help yourselves, hang around as long as you want, buy all the tractors and planters you need, and then you may go home. You don't want any planters